Right, hi guys, welcome to episode I haven't got a clue of which this one is. Tonight we're going to be talking about clothing. So, on top left we have, hang on, just need to move that. We have Kev Parker,
Hi everybody.
and top right we have Mike Palmer,
Hi guys.
middle left we have Mr. Bruce,
Hi guys, you alright?
middle right we have Mark Kilduff,
Wow.
bottom left we have John,
You're still muted, John.
Oh, hello. I'm here.
and bottom right we have me. So, tonight's topic about clothing. Who would like to start?
Oh, hello. I'm here. No takers.
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to...
So clothing, times of year. We're gonna go through the year, starting from soon as we are at the beginning of the year. Should we go from now and work our way through the seasons, or?
Yeah, we'll start off with cold weather, definitely. That's the most dangerous.
So clothing, times of year. We're gonna go through the year, starting from soon as we are at the beginning of the year. Should we go from now and work our way through the seasons, or?
Yeah, we'll start off with cold weather.
Feedback. Did anyone hear that?
Yeah.
Yes, someone's watching it in the background, are they?
Yeah, it's not me.
It might have been me, but it should be fixed now.
Okay, yeah, you just got to mute the... That's cool.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
jumped out of the page.
So walking into we go from walking into the woods to arriving at camp, and then what you're wearing of a night time.
Yeah, cool.
Because a lot of people that have not been out as many times as certainly not as John has, but as me and you have, Bruce, probably don't know how to prepare themselves adequately for the night and what they might need come 3 in the morning when the temperature takes a huge drop.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I mean, what you go to bed in at 11 o'clock at night is not necessarily what you need at 3 in the morning, say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so this time of year you're going to want thermals at least.
Yeah.
And lots of layers. So, you want thermals, probably a couple of t-shirts just to build up the layers. I would personally go for like a wool jumper, because wool still keeps 80% of its heat, even when it's soaking wet. But then like a light jacket over the top, just to sort of keep the wind off, because wool's good for keeping you warm, but if it's windy, it will just blow the warm air straight out of you and make you blooming cold. So just sort of a Gore-Tex, probably the best because it will breathe. But just sort of a light waterproof jacket is pretty good. But then, depending on how cold it is, just add layers on top of that, down jackets and God knows what else.
Snoop and the B&B for the night.
Yeah, and then something that people don't really realise, you can put too much clothes on.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if you're sitting next to a fire, that's going to make you sweat. And then you go to bed and all your thermals are damp where you've been sweating and just exerting yourself, chopping firewood and stuff. If you don't take your jumper off, while you're cutting firewood, all your clothes are going to be damp. When you eventually get down to go to bed, you're going to be freezing.
The one thing I heard about that, exactly what you're saying, Bruce, is if you think of a thermos flask, it keeps hot things hot and cold things cold. So if your core temperature drops, and you insulate a cold core temperature, you will remain cold. with sweat and warmth, you know, with water and stuff like that, you'll insulate it with too many layers. But if you're warm, obviously you'll continue to stay warm. And it's just that core temperature.
Yeah.
Your extremity, so you have like your head, your feet, your hands, and your vital. They're the main thing. You know, if you go to bed with wet socks on, that's a gift.
Yeah.
Always change your socks.
You double up on your socks as well.
Yeah, the other thing with socks as well, if you have a pair of bed socks, which are like big baggy socks, if you have tight socks when you get in that actually restricts your blood flow.
Yeah.
And makes your feet colder.
Mm-hmm.
So if you actually had a pair of like big floppy woolen bed socks, which would be a darn sight better than your normal day-to-day hiking socks.
Yeah. It would be ideal. A Batman onesie would be epic.
A Batman onesie, yes, definitely.
So we start from the feet up then. Is it what is people sort of wearing this time of year on the feet? Especially for bed, because I've seen Snugback do some like booties for the hammock. Has anyone tried that?
No.
You're interested in it.
Yeah, I've either got some like they're like little neoprene booties that are supposed to go inside welly boots. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Are you waterproof then? Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to go in welly boots, and it don't really matter if your feet get wet; it still stay warm, but it'll still still rip your feet to pieces just being in all that water. But I usually wear them in the hammock. They're quite good to sort of.
Yeah.
If you need to dash out for the loo, then you can just run out in them.
Yeah. They're just like a sock, just made of neoprene. That same stuff you make like wetsuit material, which is only thin stuff. But yeah, they're quite good. You're just enough to sort of hop around and get your boots on and go for a pee. But yeah, there's the other thing as well. If you dry your feet, if you while you're sitting by the fire, if you change your socks, take your socks off, dry your feet by the fire, then put your nice dry socks on, then you've got dry, warm feet, and you can't beat that.
Yeah, I did it this weekend out in the snow.
Yeah, excellent.
So just feet straight on the fire, brand new socks. But there's a pleasure thing as well. It's not just important to keep them warm and dry. There's a pleasure thing there, haven't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Morale as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the morale thing. It's the head, preparing you for the cold night.
Definitely warm feet doesn't have to change your attitude at night time once you've been run down.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. And this time of year, we was in a different part of the woods, and it was sodden, so you have to work so much harder. So hats off, and I had a big jumper on, and I was absolutely drenched. So you're going to work harder at this time of year because it's more important to take care.
Oh, big time. I've always found that because I do if I go out to my woodland camp, it's an 8-mile walk there, and it's extremely muddy, wet, and you get pitted by there. So I always just wear my normal combats. I put my Helicon thermals in my bag to put on when I get there, and I basically just have a Norgie top on, my combat, and then I have full Gore-Tex, and then I have Gore-Tex socks also. And just because I've found that if I wore a wool jumper or a thicker jacket out when I was walking out there, I would sweat out. And I've found that if I sweat out, I can also crash quite badly too, you see. So it's just best not to do.
Yeah, definitely. While you're doing anything physical, either do it as, so if you're sort of, I don't know, say building a shelter, do it nice and paced. Don't rush.
Yeah.
Don't try and heat your body up too much and start sweating. Otherwise, you're going to have to take a few layers off. But like as you say, walking into camp, and then as soon as you get to camp and you stop walking about, that's when you're going to get cold. So you need to get your thermals sharp.
Well, this week I was in my full Gore-Tex, and it was early morning in camp, and it was absolutely Baltic. I think it was -3, and I'd started chopping wood with my axe. And then 25 minutes later, I was literally in combat and a t-shirt, just chopping wood, because I was just so hot. And
because you was having at it, you letting it.
Well, that's it. But I find I'd rather just stop for a second, take a couple of layers off, and then have to put them back on once I've cooled down, other than just making myself sweat out and then having wet clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
There's the same with the wood, isn't there? Keeps you warm 3 times, collecting it, processing it, and actually on the fire. So.
Yeah, true enough. I've never heard that. That's quite a good.
No.
That's the first I've heard of that one, but
I've
that's
heard that one before.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. I like that.
So we got any pro tips for anyone that's just getting into it, or just skimmed upon our channel and thought, these guys,
Yeah, charity shops, I would say.
Yeah.
Charity shops. You go walk around the charity shops looking for, proper wool jumpers, wool blankets, all that sort of stuff. Because it's so hard to buy. You go in Edinburgh Wool Mill, right? Edinburgh Wool Mill, big brand name.
the one
Yes,
that's the wall.
And it's all acrylic.
You're so bitter.
It's all acrylic.
As soon as you mentioned the woolen mill, I knew what you were going to say.
Yeah. It was like the best they can do is like, I think it's like 15% wool. Okay, apart from like their tweed and stuff, it's about £200 for a jacket, but just a normal wool chunky knit jumper, you cannot buy a wool jumper.
To use a stupid analogy, it would be a little bit like Guinness starting to sell Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not what it says on the tin. It's not even Ronseal.
No, it should be woolen Edinburgh acrylic mill or
Yeah.
quiche mill, wool-like mill. Yeah, it's
like wool mill.
yeah, it's like the jeweler selling Del Monte's.
They don't buy clothing that's pretty warm that looks like wool.
Yeah. I think some of the cycling gear, you can get some good price cycling gear.
Yeah.
Thermal leggings, thermal base layers. It's well worth looking to. Same with fishing gear. Some of that is really keenly priced, and it's some good performing kit.
Yeah, a lot of the like carp fishing gear and all their waterproofs, because that's all they're going to do. They're going to sit dead still next to a freezing lake.
Yeah.
So yeah, their stuff is properly designed.
You've got to be very careful when you're using like fishing supplies, because some of that stuff is ridiculously priced.
It tends to be massive as well.
Yeah, their fox hunting sleeping bags are gigantic. They don't fit in a hammock, and they are overpriced. Just in case anyone was curiously wondering.
Yeah, but they do make very good dog beds.
Yes, they do make very good dog beds. Expensive dog beds.
Another thing's like army surplus as well, because they're always quite cheap.
I was going to say eBay army surplus.
Yeah.
You can get a wool jumper for £3. You know what I mean? Just give it a wash, and I've got, I think 90% of my wool jumpers for campers second-hand off eBay, £2 or £3, and even if they do you for half a year, you've got your £2 or £3 back from them. So you know what I mean. I mean, for the amount I use it and the amount I physically destroy my kit, I cannot justify spending a fortune on kit.
Exactly. If you think what you're gonna, how much is a proper wool jumper brand new? You're talking.
Well, I had a wool jumper and it cost me £110, and I think I wore it once and then I shrunk it in the washing machine.
I've done that to a hat.
I do it all the time.
Anyone else have 2 sets of kits? Like I have, if I'm going to be doing hard work, I have all my surplus. But then if I'm going to be walking around the Lake District or anywhere like that, I have I tend to go for crag hoppers. So you fit in more and you're not walking down bloody some Lake District high street, fully camo. So.
Oh, you see, I don't care what people think. If they don't like it, that's their, yeah. I've had a lot of dirty looks like.
A tactical kit and then a camo kit. I've generally just toned it down a little bit with. But I still wear that green fatigue, but only green fatigue. Just green jacket or whatever. But yeah, I'll probably dump all the. But the thing is, all my Bergens, they're all tactical as well. They're not highly camo anyway. So yeah, it's horses for courses, I suppose. I know a lot of people are into their black stuff, and they're all black, and so you don't stand out in a crowd. I think they're like shit at the fan sort of thing.
Yeah, I think the thing with camo is, yeah, it's nice and cheap, but it can give the wrong impression, like your Rambo going out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, to
I mean,
build
I'm
band
not that.
traps.
I'm not that. I'm quite lucky in Carlisle because all the Skellies wear camo, so I kind of blend in.
Oh, that's
So when
cool.
you're walking through town, you see at least 2 or 3 other people with camo, whether it be farmers or Skellies, or either way, there's always someone. So
Yeah,
and
I
plus,
just feel
I'm
if
quite
I am
close to the back end of the city.
if I'm walking around and I'm carrying my axe and my knife or whatever, I'm less likely to get caught if I'm in black and grey than I am fully camoed.
yeah,
I think it depends where you live too. If you live in like London, you're more likely to get pulled in London than you would in Carlisle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
So it's. I
yeah.
mean, I
Well,
never.
Yeah, absolutely, you get pulled in.
wherever you're camping, if you're camping somewhere, sort of doing a sneaky wild camp, and the farmer comes along, if he sees you all dressed top to toe in camo, he's going to think, "I've got a blooming nutter here." But if you're dressed sort of in normal clothes and you're doesn't matter how you act, just that first impression, you're more likely to get permission from looking normal than all dressed up in camo.
I disagree. I got all my permissions dressed in camo, looking like a crazy person.
No,
They're too afraid to say no.
Yeah.
yeah.
But, yeah, for the most part,
But then again, you know, that's just where I am because there's a lot of townies around here. So
Yeah.
that's a thing as well that I wanted to touch upon this on. It does concern just a little bit. Is that when we struggle to get permissions, we generally look after the land that we want to camp on. We look after better than the landowner itself has got time to look after it.
Yeah.
We are very beneficial to the ecosystem of that said land.
Yeah.
It should be something that we put in when we're trying to gain permissions, that we say to them, look, we are going to tend the land that you haven't got the time. It's not profitable for you to tend the wood. You know, 2 acres that sits beside your arable land. You know, let us come in on and wear our clothing and do our camping, and we'll look after it for you.
That's how I got my permission.
Yeah. That's how I got mine too.
We was camping in there, cleaned everything up every time we left, bag of rubbish away. And now the teenagers that were setting fire to trees that were standing and everything else, they don't come in there. So he's benefited from us being there. We're taking, you know, since we've been in there and cleaned it all up and took all the deadfall away and etc. He's planted new stuff and he's started taking better care of it himself now. He's started taking a bit of pride in the place, but it's nice.
yeah.
The only rule that we have never had was never allowed to fell anything over a 6-inch. So.
Aye. Well, the only rule I've got is don't burn the place down.
Yeah.
But when I started camping in the woodland camp about 15 years ago, the whole place was overrun with English ivy and rotten trees, and I think it took us for about 8 years to get on top of the English ivy, and then the farmer come and then he actually opened the woodland up as a wild woodland area because the squirrels and all that were there, and we've completely abolished English ivy from the woodland now. And to me personally, English ivy not being in that woodland makes it a better woodland, and it will last and thrive for a lot longer than it would have done, because I've seen 150-year-old oak trees getting just crushed and demolished by English ivy, and people think, oh, it's a plant, no, it's a hindrance and it should not be there in the first place. You know, English ivy was designed to be a house plant, but it's just unlucky it got released into the wild and that.
It's an invasive species of plant. It's the same.
Yeah. Destructive.
Yeah, the crayfish. It just does more harm than it does good, and it doesn't need to be there because the beneficial. You know, if you take a 60-year-old oak tree that drinks 50 gallons of water per day, and you wondering why Carlisle's flooding because you cut with your bloody oak tree.
Well, it's a perfect. If you look at the village, Mark, they cut that entire woodland down, and now the entire woodland is waterlogged.
You're looking at a 60-year-old oak tree will drink 50 gallons of water a day, day in, day out, no matter what time of the year it is. It will do that. And then you got ivy that comes and kills the tree, so get rid of the ivy. You'll get, oh, you can't kill. Yes, you can kill the ivy.
Yeah.
Build it 4 foot that way. Don't cut the tree down to build it right on the top just because you need square footage. And this was about clothing. Now we're getting on to.
Yeah, well, back to the subject. I was just going to say that. When
it just drives me fucking bonkers when
I know.
well, it's all flooding every year.
What's your opinion on? I think someone said about work clothes in the woodland. When I'm going to do some heavy building, I always, I don't. I should wear knee pads and shit like that, man. But I'm starting a massive renovation of the village next week, so I've got knee pads to protect my knees because I remember the first time I built it, my knees just got shredded. Also, because I carry logs on my shoulder, I've got like this jacket coming with like shoulder pads just to, protect him and that. And because I'll be doing work with a chainsaw, I think I'll be using some chap pants too, just safety gear and that. But does anybody have any on really, really hard-wearing gloves? Because I think I've used about 10 different varieties of gloves. I've never found a pair that has lasted longer than a building season.
Yeah, I've got a pair of dirty riggers. Dirty rigger, they're for like people who are doing like lighting rigs and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good. They're all like Kevlar stitched and that, but they were bloody expensive. But I only bought them because they look cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to. I mean, I'd spend £25 to £30 on a pair of gloves.
Yeah, I think these worked out £40 with the postage.
You see, it's just something that you're gonna, you want something. It'd be awesome to have a glove that you could use for working in the woodlands, taking stuff off your fire. A glove that was multitaskable for everything.
Yeah, the dirty riggers, they do a thermal glove. They do one for cold, a sub-zero glove, and they do a thermal one as well. But I was looking at getting them because I'm a welder. But they were just that little bit out of my price range, so I got the sort of £30 they were, but then they stitch them up with postage as well. But yeah, they're probably about the best range of gloves I've seen. But then you got mechanics gloves, mechanics with the X. They're a pretty good glove as well, and then sort of decent tight fitting as well. So you're not, it doesn't affect your grip or anything.
Also, does anybody double up on their socks when they go out?
Yes.
Have you ever found? Because I always got told in the army cadets and that if you double up socks, it causes more movement inside your boot, which causes to blisters.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
And I still do it. What I can't try and use, the really thin socks. I try and use them, and then a thick pair over the top. I don't seem to get as many blisters using it that way than like.
Do you know what? Do you know what you really need to try? Do you know when you were a kid and you used to get those slipper socks?
Yeah.
With the rubber grips on the bottom. If you put them on as a base sock and then another pair on top of them, the rubber on the sole grips the sock and stops all movement and gives you the comfortableness of 2 pairs of socks.
Genius.
Yeah.
Top tip there.
Yeah. Although now I just wear a thin pair of socks and then my Gore-Tex socks, and there's no movement on them because I put a double-sided sticky tape around the heel of my foot so that it sticks the 2 socks together.
Hot glue gun and make your own.
Top tip, you heard it here first.
And trainer, you can get any trainer socks for adults up to size 12. Any sort of marker or pound stretchers or TK Maxx or Wilkinson's or B&M's for about £2. So, and they normally come quite thick.
Yeah.
I think I bought from Sports Direct was running socks, like jogging socks, and they're really good because they're breathable. So when you walk, they're comfortable, they're warm during the day. Because they're breathable, they don't sweat your feet out so much. So. Still got to change your footwear. You still got to change your socks of an evening, but you've not got sort of the size of athlete's foot and calories. But the running socks, I think they're like £9 for 6 pairs. You get two for £9 depending on the size of your feet. And they're really good from Sports Direct. Sports Direct is pretty good for a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
They're all right, but they do distort shape really soon. They're right. The sort of first couple of times you wear them, they're good, and then they just sort of turn into weird shaped bags on your feet.
Before I sort of endorse Sports Direct, for crying out loud, people, do not order online from Sports Direct. You don't buy anything from them. They will put your arm up your back and spank your ass They really are. They're shocking, John. They really are bad.
Yeah.
Really.
And do not return anything. Throw it in the bin before you bother returning it.
Don't waste your time.
And the returns policy is I'd say 90% of the time more than what the item was.
Yeah.
I've got one of the water bottles, you know, the what they use for pee bottles in your hammocks.
Yeah.
What, Trevor's, you know what I mean? I've got one of them, like the Cordura one. I think it was about £2.50. I think they wanted about £4.5 just to send it back. For me to get a £2.50. What?
Yeah. I bought a camp bed for £8. £8 posted, and they wanted £13 to send it back. And I was like, no, bollocks, they're not having me for £8. So I sent it back, and they never gave me my postage back, the bastards. Even though they said they would. And then I just spammed them loads and loads of emails, never got a reply. So I'm just never going to use them again.
Why say it costs £13 to send it back? But then we'll refund you.
Because it was heavy.
Because not a lot of people, I suppose, will follow up on that, and it's another stealth tax, isn't it? It's another way for them to sell a pair of waterproof trousers for £2.5 because they're going to knock a load of people for their returns policy money. So yeah, it's not direct. Unless you can go in there in person, don't go there. But it's still a great place to get.
Do you guys wear boxer shorts with your long johns?
No, pants are for women.
No, but this is what I'm saying, right? Because obviously, day-to-day life, right, I wear boxer shorts. Because this is a subject that irritates the fuck out of me, right? And now, so you've got your boxer shorts on, right? Then you've got your long johns on. Then you've got your combat pants on. Now, does anybody know why the fuck this shit keeps on twisting? It's like, seriously, it's like your boxer shorts end up fucking right round by your hip, your long johns are falling down, your trousers are like going up by your belly button. It's fucking irritating.
Sounds like you're not filling them.
It's because it's knob.
Little slit they got in the front, like the old Wi-Fi bit that you get your penis out of. You're supposed to take your chat out of. When you've got on a pair of combats on, can you imagine the logistics in doing that with all this clothing?
Yeah, it takes you like 10 minutes to find your knob when you're trying to pee because you've got so many layers on.
I don't wear long johns. I tend to have thermal trousers.
So your outer trousers are actually just your thermal trousers?
Yeah, they have like a fleece lining built in. That's what I opt for. I don't wear long johns.
Right. So does anybody else wear a base layer?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I've got some cycling leggings that I quite like.
Do you get twisted?
But they don't seem too bad because they're quite tight.
There's one.
A bit of time for loose.
The writing's on the wall. He's got a thong and bra to go with it and all. Come on, Michael. You're a man.
Yeah.
Also, sleeping in a hammock, your clothes always get twisted.
Yeah, true.
I think it's just one of those biohazards of sleeping with your clothes on.
Yeah, I think that's for that. Because do you remember that last camp we had, Bruce, on the bed, and I got into side for 2 sleeping bags. I wore my big coat, like almost a smock, and it was so big that I could barely get in the bloody thing. And I thought that's all right. Once I'm in it. But no, did that twist? John, I was putting a zip on my back. It twisted that badly.
It's because a lot of people wear softies, right? Now, you can't tell me they strip down to their boxer shorts and just sleep in softies in their sleeping bag, because they're not going to do that, you know what I mean? They're obviously going to, in winter, they're going to put the softies on over their base layer and then get in, so they're still going to end up twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I suppose it depends on what part of the country you are, John, because where you are, I mean, it's Baltic down here, but where you are, I can imagine it's even worse because of the wind chill factor and stuff.
I swear to God, on Sunday night I started to show the first sign of freezer burn on the back of my hands.
Fuck, that's when you know you're in trouble. But you're right.
Man, literally like 10 minutes without your gloves and it's diabolical, like.
Yeah. That's the other thing as well. People that get in their sleeping bag with their top layer on, like leave their trousers on and stuff. So you've been outside the elements. All your trousers and your jumpers damp. and then you get in a nice warm dry sleeping bag and make it damp and wet, and you're just going to have a worse night's sleep.
And people, if you are getting into your sleeping bag because you're cold, you are never ever going to be warm.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be warm before you go to bed in order to have warmth all the way through the night. You know, if you're going to bed and you're stone cold, then you're just going to lie there and be stone cold. You're never going to warm up.
Yeah.
I tell you, what I tend to see a lot of people doing as well with the sleeping bags is they leave them in the stuff sacks right till before they're going to bed.
Yeah, it's not getting a chance to air out, is it?
People say, "Oh, it might get wet," but you want to get it all out and all fluffed up well before you go to bed. For it to be
give it a damn good shake. Yeah.
But even then, once you're at camp, you can easily. First thing you're going to do is, you know, establish your camp and get your sleeping area set up. And I put everything out there, and then it's got the whole period from the point of setting it up to me getting a fire going to going to bed to air out, and you know, obviously expand the compartments in the material better.
Yeah, like I say, I've heard people say, "Oh, it might get wet." I said, "Well, it's under your hammock. If that's going to get wet, then everything's going to get wet because you're under your tarp." So
it's going to get wet.
They spend a lot of time all compressed, don't they, sleeping bags? So the more time you can get it open, the better.
Yeah, I agree.
You shouldn't even leave them compressed at home. You're supposed to hang them up when you get them home.
Well,
yeah, mine's.
I'll tell you what, Bruce. Since we come back from that last camp, all I've done with my sleeping bags, and these I can show you, I've just put them in the top of my wardrobe because I've got bigger wardrobes now. I've not put them compressed because I've noticed that when you take them out of compression sacks, they take a bloody age to open themselves out, all the fibres to unconnect themselves, to let the air get in there, so that when you get in, your warm body temperature obviously heats up the fibres. But I took out a sleeping bag and I struggled to put it in. This is how I noticed it. I struggled to get it in its compression sack, and then when I pulled it out, it just slid out like it was nothing. It stayed there. It was like, oh, shit.
It's mainly compression sacks are mainly just for travel, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. They're just from A to B travel.
I don't have mine out hanging. I just when I get home, I just release it to its, so it spans the most it can inside the bag. That's what I tend to do.
Yeah, don't leave it totally compressed. Yeah.
I've got mine at home in me me Belgian Army baby bag, just rolled up. Just so it's not compressed or anything like that, just so it's...
Yeah. mine's just out of the stuff sack on the middle of the bedroom floor.
Yeah. If you watch videos like Shug, he goes out and that, I mean, mine's 40 and God knows what else. But you look around his workshop, all his sleeping bags all hanging up. All around his workshop.
Even softies is the same concept. You got them stuffed in there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if you think about even your rucksack, me personally, every inch of space in my rucksack is utilised. So, you know, everything is compressed and packed down and pretty much forced in tight as it can get. So when I get to camp, I've got a tarp up, a tarp down with my kit out, you know, giving it a chance to
get
aired.
So is that another pro tip then for any newbies that might be thinking about getting into it, that don't, compression sacks are good, but not for long time storage?
Oh no, they're just compression. Your sleeping bag should be out, hanging up in an airing cupboard where you keep your boxer shorts, where you keep your jeans. Put it in there. You know what I mean? Don't leave it compressed the whole period and then wonder why it's gone see-through or all the down's gone to one side of it.
Yeah. So pro tip number 2, John, isn't it? Don't leave your sleep under compression. Yeah.
Stuff sacks are for travelling.
Yeah, it's how the issue as well. If you're in the forces, that's how, when you're getting it handed over out now. The issue you have your own stuff sack, and then the issue you with the bag handed over.
Down sleeping bags are actually worse because all the down can just basically settle in clumps. Yeah. If you don't, in the stuff sack, because it's compressed, so it's going to stay there. When you uncompress it, it's still going to stay where it was. It's not going to spread around.
Yeah, and if a down one gets wet as well.
Rab sleeping bags. Apparently, they make some of the best sleeping bags in the world, and even they suggest that you do not leave your sleeping bag compressed for longer than travel.
Yeah.
Pro tip, definitely.
Even if a thimble full of moisture got into down feathers, they're just going to bind together. Not only that, they'll rot. They're organic, a feather's organic, so it will rot. Will a feather rot? It will, wouldn't it, Bruce? It must.
Yeah, probably.
Go mouldy.
Decompose, won't it?
Because you get the like the funky X-Ped downfilled sleep mats, but you can't blow them up with your mouth because the water vapor from your own breath makes all the down get wet. So they have this special. You get the actual bag and pump the bag to pump them up. Have you seen them?
No.
The actual carry bag. Tank Tracks got one. The actual carry bag acts as your bellows, and you attach it onto the thing, and then pump the bag. That comes up. Really good idea, but they're seriously expensive.
Yeah.
So what happens if you're pumping it up in fog?
Well, then you get a system really for the UK.
Yeah. That fog, man, it's just going to swell up and go like an afro in the fog.
Yeah, just done.
Or maybe it's on the washing label, do not use in fog.
Forrest Pepper's calling me an Essex boy on the side chat.
Take this out of your perfectly still living room, please. It's just cost you 400 quid, but you are not permitted to use it.
Yeah, but anything you're going to take bushcrafting that pumps up is going to get a thorn in it, so you might as well not bother.
Oh yes, most definitely. That's why I've given up on self-inflating roll mats.
Yeah.
I've used
They're all right. Self-inflating stuff is all right in a hammock, but there is going to be a point where you become forgetful and you take that self-inflated said thing from hammock and toss it on the floor, and you can guarantee the first time that thing sees ground, it's going to needle and go.
I've mutilized 22 self-inflating roll mats now.
Yeah, I heard a good one.
Go on, Bruce.
I heard a good one the weekend. Someone had bought their X-Ped super duper roll mat, cost them £100 odd, and climbing out of his tent, he stood on it with a set of crampons on. right at the beginning of the weekend as well.
That's just unlucky.
Brand new out the bag, stood on it.
You carry on talking on this toilet, guys.
I only ever used a self-inflating roll mat at the beach, but I even popped mine then. I fell into the tent a bit fast. I was a bit tipsy, and that was it.
Yeah. See, you can get really, really strong ones in that, and I think I've had about 11 different varieties, and I've bust them because my roll mat would go on the outside of my bag, and obviously as soon as I go through a thorny bush or a bushy woodland, then it's just getting ripped to shreds. Sleeping on a stone beach you can't do because it just punctures it. Even the basic woodland floor, you've got a twig, man, it just destroys it.
Yeah. They're nearly pointless because you still have to take your old foam cell mat to put down to sleep on that with your inflatable.
So, back on track just quickly because we're probably going to run out of time shortly. We've pretty much covered winter and socks and feet and extremities. What do you reckon for summer camping? What are we taking there?
Sure.
I'd take crag uppers, kiwis. Do you know the Nozzit Life sort of solar dry ones? Because I went swimming in the Lake District with them on, and within about 20 minutes, apart from the cuffy bit around the waist, they was dry just off the sun and just off the body heat.
Yeah, crag uppers do some really good lightweight stuff, don't they?
Yeah, they dry really quick.
And they pack down to nothing as well. They just scrunch down. You can have a good couple of pairs in your. I've got a pair in the top of my bag in case I get like wet or something. Yeah. I can switch them straight out. But yeah, they're dead good. But you want like long sleeve t-shirts as well because mozzies bite in you and
vagina.
Yeah. Well,
I have shirts, so
stay out the sun.
The only problem I've got with a lot of summer wear is that it's not machine washable, so it's dry clean only. Some of the hiking jackets, I mean, Clive Edwards has got one, a hiking jacket, but he doesn't want to wear it to a camp. Although it'd be ideal for his hiking. He doesn't want to wear it for a camp because should he get too close to a campfire and it smells of campfire smoke, he can't take it home and then chuck it in the washing machine. And I think that's the same with a lot of lightweight clothing for hiking and summer wear, is that it's not washing machine friendly.
The army do the combats and the lightweights in cargo style, and they're like £12 online, and they're what I use. Lightweight, they dry in like a couple of hours in the sun, and then a t-shirt. And then I've normally got just like my Gore-Tex jacket I throw over it, because even in summer we don't get summer where I live. It's just rain. it's rain.
You had a summer this year. I think it was a Tuesday.
We had a summer on a Tuesday once, yeah.
Yeah.
Past 11, so about 17 minutes past 11.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
It'd be nice to. It would be nice to actually. Do you know? I think this year, last year, sorry, I've carried winter kit the whole year. I've not changed. I've just carried the same kit all year. Just because it's been diabolical, because I'm still getting like, you can still go down to 1 degree in the summer, you know what I mean? First thing in the morning.
It's been lovely down here.
And that's Illuminati confirmed, because it's been lovely, hasn't it, Bruce, down this way? Absolutely fantastic. In the last 2 days, it's the coldest it's been for a year.
Yeah.
It's, global warming.
I went out on Sunday night for a snow camp, and there was snow when I went to bed, and then there was no snow when I woke up, and then there was -3, then there was a little bit of rain, and then there was -3. Fucking cold and wet, man. It's just, I love it, but I love it.
Snow. Gutted.
I mean, it's been cool, but I mean, I've just been out today, and the wild garlic around me is starting to come up already.
Oh well, we've got.
It's about 2 months early.
Yeah.
So
we don't get wild garlic where we are. Down this far down, if you have to go sort of south towards like Torquay and Devon to get the wild garlic. We don't get it here, and you can't cultivate it down here neither, because it has been tried, and for some reason it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's usually like really ancient woodland has got a different pH level to normal woodland.
We've got a lot
where we had the MTFU camp, there was some wild garlic growing there, because that was really ancient. That was like because that had that part of that fort in it. So there you go.
We've got millions of it, absolutely millions of it. And sometimes when you walk into the woodland, it just smells of wild garlic. The whole woodland. Yeah, it's awesome. Smell. It's awesome. I noticed new ferns coming up today, and also snowdrops and all that starting to show. Like,
snowdrops, you should try eating them ones, John.
No, man. I can't see. I just don't. I would go and kill an animal and eat it, and go and get my wild vegetables, but why? You know what I mean? When I've got a perfectly good Tesco's there.
That's what I say about shit in the fan, guys. There's all this prepping and all the rest of it. But if the shit hit the fan, and you need clothes, there's Tesco's and Asda's there. Let's face it, if you are unlucky enough to still be alive, every other fucker's dead. So you can take what you like, eat what you like. You don't need 40 gallons of water underneath in your basement, or in a hole you've dug in your kitchen.
I know a lot of what I get up here is like burdock and stuff.
Oh,
I get loads of burdock.
I've got to find some of these here.
Literally, I can't go down a path without finding at least 2 or 3.
Really?
Yeah.
The one I've always keeping an eye out for is wild horseradish. I've not found it yet.
No, I've not found it.
I know exactly what it looks like. I've seen it before, but I haven't found it just out and about randomly.
What you should do, just buy some normal horseradish and go plant it somewhere, and then it's wild.
Yeah. There is some up Colchester apparently.
It is the same stuff.
Yeah. Oh, exactly the same.
I know where there is wild horseradish and burdock is fuck it, come on Mark, think you dig. Langdon Hills Country Park, but they purposely plant it just so it's there. And there's cherry trees and wild plum trees and all sorts of stuff. But I don't think it's there for people to take their shovel and start digging it all up.
Yeah.
But I know it's there, so I might go over there and do a bit of scrumping, scrump some wild horse ready.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So any other clothing things we can talk about? That's pretty much it.
What do people prefer, Gore-Tex or the PU stuff? Because I prefer Gore-Tex.
Gore-Tex.
Yeah, definitely Gore-Tex.
Yeah, I quite like some of that the event fabric that people do. That's quite nice.
Yeah.
I think the fabric
really,
rather than the
need to look
treatment's the way
after
to go.
I mean, I don't know if anyone's the same, but if I go out, I'll have my Gore-Tex jacket on. I cannot stand having my Gore-Tex pants on if I'm out wandering around. I just get too warm having my Gore-Tex pants on.
See, I don't. I really enjoy wearing my Gore-Tex pants because you can kneel and sit on anything. It's amazing.
A good windbreak as well.
Oh, hell, it's basically just like wearing a tent on your body.
Yeah, true.
It is. It's waterproof. It's windproof. It's you know what I mean. If you get grade 1, mine's at the moment is grade 1, and that cost me £42 for the full set, and I've had them about 8 months now.
Good.
So, you know what I mean. They've paid them. They've kept me alive through the start of winter.
Well, I got what was meant to be grade 1 Gore-Tex, the zip leg ones.
Oh yeah.
They came still in the brand new packet.
Well, that's what grade 1 is, issued but not used. They basically hand you them over the counter. You say it's the wrong size. They've issued you them. Now you're giving them back.
Yeah. King's TLC in the side chat saying hats because he's got no hair.
A good hat that you can wear a head torch with.
I like me US Army wool watch cap because that keep that. Well, it's wool.
Yeah, I quite like peaked caps because when you're sort of walking through undergrowth and stuff, it will stop stuff sticking in your eyes.
Yeah.
That's where most of the time I wear a peaked cap in my videos. That's why I like the old bushmen in Australia wear the old big wine brim hats is to keep the sticks and stuff out of their eyes.
So, like bandana of modern days, or back in the old days, they used to use bandana underneath their hat, obviously layering up like we could close for your core temperature. But I think some neoprene like skull caps now sort of fit over your entire, and they've even got the cutouts for the ears. Why they've got them, I do not know. But I think it's a motorcycling thing. Yeah. Matt might know more about them than anything else. But yeah, it's like a neoprene, like scuba diving suit material, wetsuit material that goes over your head.
Yeah.
Your hat goes on, and your helmet goes on, and that you multi-layers you. But they can't be done. I guarantee you go high in Garrick or something, they won't be expensive. So if you've got no hair, grow some. If you can't grow some, then try something like a head inflator.
Well, speaking from experience, the hat don't get worn unless, if I'm active, the hat's not worn. It's only if I'm sat around idle or I'm in bed. That's the only time I wear the hat. And that's just.
You have got hair there. It's just that your head's on upside down.
Yeah, if I don't shave it, I'm advertising McDonald's. So.
You need a sheepdog of hair and just run all over your body and round up all the hair and bring it home to roost on top.
Well, I was going to go down the swimming bath and pull it all out the vent. So.
For me, I don't really wear a hat because I hate the fact that the hat makes my head itchy, and so I wear a snood, and that way I can have my head torch on my head, and I can just pull the snood up like a hood, and it covers my ears and the back of my head and all that, and leaves the front of my head torch exposed, so I can still use it.
Oh dear.
I'll see.
Anybody else in the side chat got anything more they want to add? Because I think we're running out of things to talk about here.
I think as a general, anyone that's
full head.
Anyone that's just getting into it can't go wrong with the surplus stuff to start off with.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Surplus charity shops.
Right.
Wool's a good one to get.
I'll tell you what, surplus charity shops, if I can do a shameless plug, soon enough we're going to try and organise a bit of a meet up where we go and have a mandate, a few of us, and go to a surplus place. The more people we get to come with us, the bigger the discount we'll get, the more money that the charity will raise. So if anyone wants to join us on that and they can get down to us, we don't know yet. I don't know when you're up for it, Bruce. Do you remember what we was talking about?
Yeah.
It would be an ideal opportunity for people to pick up IPKs, you know, decent clothing, all grade A, grade B stuff. It's there in front of you, you can see it. Massive discounts, cheap as chips. So if you can get down to us, let us know and we'll probably arrange it around people.
Yeah, work it out for Saturday sometime.
Yeah, it'd be
That'd be quite for a video as well, wouldn't it?
What's that, the East West or Ricky Mason
I
one?
was thinking about doing both. Do the Nicky Mason shop, do Dennis's shop, and then maybe fly over to East West as well.
Yeah. Because East West, if you spend over 150 quid, you get trade discount.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Which kind of like halves all the prices. It's ridiculous.
And sometimes even more than that. I mean, what was them jackets we bought, Bruce? 10 each?
Yeah, they were £5, weren't they?
Yeah, mine was £5 because mine didn't have the liner. And
Yeah, well, I bought 2 wool blankets. They were £5 each.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought that. Oh, I did about 100 quid in there. I can't remember what I bought now. IPKs were £3.
Yeah, £3 each, opposed to £8 that you pay online. Just silly amount. And the clothing range they've got these are unbelievable.
Yeah.
What's an IPK?
Individual protection kit.
Right.
It's like a big plastic sheet that you.
Oh no, we were talking about this the other day. I remember.
Yeah.
You've got to dig a hole 1 metre by 2 metres.
Yeah.
And then you basically put the pegs in across the hole and then you weave it and then you put the sheet on and you weave it again. But by the time you've expended all that energy, you could just fucking walk home.
It's like.
And I think it doesn't come with a fucking shovel, and nor does it come with a bobcat. And it's tomatoes to get rid of the soil that you've just dug up. So I say, fuck you. But no, they're out.
Or you wrap yourself up in the plastic and cry.
Yeah. The paracord that comes with them, the only pegs that come with them, they're well worth £3 of anyone's money. They're brilliant. But just not practical in the field. I mean, things have to be pretty dire that you need.
I don't know, if it's that dire, you can use the cordage to hang yourself.
Yeah, that's probably it. IPK.
Yeah, individual disposal kit. Come with a body bag.
Wrap you up and you go.
IPK. Individual garroting kit.
Yeah.
Just garrot yourself. But they're meant to withstand the weight of the tank and a Range Rover. They've actually done tests. I think it does hold up, but that's.
Would you bet your life on it?
No.
Yeah,
Well, a tank is better than a Land Rover because it spreads its weight, doesn't it?
Spreads its way. Yeah, it's a bit like wearing snowshoes in the snow and then wondering why you don't fucking sink.
Yeah.
I mean, you could dig a 2 metre hole and the tank wouldn't fall down anywhere without the IPK. So I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't think there's got a use really. They're a practical use.
One thing then, does anyone have ponchos? Does anyone go out with ponchos?
I have a poncho.
I don't.
All in my day bag.
I've got one. I've never used it, to be honest. And I've got a lavu as well, which I've never used.
Has it got a zip on it though?
No, that's probably why.
It's not a proper one.
It's not a proper one. It needs a zip.
Worth 18 quid. See, should that have had a zip on it, get at least 100 quid for that.
Don't forget the D-rings as well to hang it off a tree.
And the fact that it's complete fact as well, that it couldn't possibly be waterproof.
Yeah. No, mine's in really good nick actually. I just haven't been bothered to sleep in a tiny little epoxy tent on the floor.
Carving around the main pole.
Yeah.
£18, £9 a side.
The only good use for the canvas is pouches.
Yeah, just cut it up and make pouches out of it.
Yeah,
I actually like a poncho. because it kind of doubles up and it covers you as well as your kit, and it allows you to walk in torrential rain.
Yeah. I've seen people double them up as tarps as well, where they just...
Right. And they can double up and button them down and actually use them as a bed too, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's the US one. You can make like a bivvy bag out of it. It's all poppers along the bottom of the seam. That's really cool.
That's one.
I got a Swiss one and it's crap.
I just wish
It's heavy canvas. It's got the poppers on it.
I just wish they'd make a tarp that was fireproof.
They do, they're just heavy.
Yeah.
I've still got a few of them kit bags in olive green that I bought from Dennis a long while back, and I might give them, pass some of your way, Bruce, for doing them dump sacks you're building, because it's canvas, the same stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll dig them out for long and get them over. But so any more?
No, I think we're good. I think we've done that to death.
Yeah.
I found a new way to patch a tarp this week. A waterproof blister cushion plaster.
See? Blister plasters. Waterproof.
Yes, they are waterproof.
Stick like shit. Yeah, good idea.
Yep, I just put it over a massive burn hole in my tarp and it kept the rain off us.
Yeah, it's a Donker poly cotton tarp, John. That's what you want.
What about gaiters before we pop off? Does anyone use gaiters?
I don't use gaiters because my Gore-Tex clips to my boots at the bottom, so there's no need for them.
No. No one needs you to undo, because I've never used them anyway, but I don't know if they make you sweat around your feet.
I always thought too, if you stepped in mud and it engulfed your foot, it would go up the side of the gaiters and you'd still get mud up there.
Yeah, it's the thing, because it's like waterproof and stuff. If you've got your waterproof tight around your ankles and stuff, you can walk into the seat and it doesn't actually fill it inside your waterproofs. I've done it.
Yeah, they are pretty cool.
Yeah. I've walked across the river before and mine's has just been Velcro closed at the bottom and I've been dry.
Yeah.
I've never used any. I've never seen any use for them.
Yeah.
So I've got a pair, but I've not had a chance or calls to really use them.
Yeah, they're a bit of a faff to put on, and you've got to put them on properly.
Yeah.
They're called, well, I call them novelty kit because that's what they are really. It's people only buy them because they look pretty and shiny, and then realise that
you don't use them.
Just buy Velcro that clips the bottom of your, or a rubber band, and clip the bottom of your Velcro pant round in a rubber band, and it does the same job.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Rubber band your ankles, and it's done.
Any outdoors use gaiters
as well. A really strong elastic that work even better than the kind of elastic bands that the postman delivers your letters with. You can get something in cheap as chips, light as you like.
On some
with weight as well. People say, "Oh, well, I've got to pay £70 for this adventure plate that's made of titanium. It don't weigh anything." And then you've got 4 kilos of crap that never comes out of your burger. You're carrying around with you constantly.
Yeah, I think weight-wise, if you've got something where you have to you need less weight, then fair enough. But if you can carry the weight, it doesn't really matter whether it's titanium or some other magic blooming metal.
It's just each to their own, isn't it? If you want to carry it and go through it, then it's up to you.
Yeah, it's a roll. If I don't use it for 2 camps running, it comes out the bag and don't go back in.
Yeah.
I did the same thing with my toast. I had one of them. I shouldn't have bought it really, but it was a gimmick thing. You know the toasters that go on the campfire?
Oh, yeah.
And I think I took it to 3 camps, Bruce, and I sort of hid it from everyone, not letting anyone know that I had it. And I think it's only $1.99 from, again, Sports Direct. But I thought it busted where it had been collapsed up a bit, and I thought, what the fuck is this? Get out of my pack.
Mark, you can cook steaks on them.
Oh, John, what is the point, man? I take so much food, it's unreal.
You can cook a steak on a stick.
Yeah, true.
It's the same with them sausage things, them like my fire sausage. What, you're going to cook one sausage? No, John. I'm a big lad, there's no way I'm ever seeing one sausage. Just a pack.
As Jay said,
Yeah.
There's a lot of useless kit out there. There's also a lot of useless clothing out there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found some battery-powered socks the other day. They've actually got heat. No, they've actually got heat bars that go through the sole of the foot, and a little double-layer battery pack that clips to your trousers, and you actually heat your socks.
I'll tell you what there is. There's a Milwaukee do a jacket, and it runs off the 10 volt lithium ion series that they do. I mean, everyone does them now.
Can you imagine if you fell in the river?
They've got the jacket.
Just stop there.
Heat pads all over it, and you can to wear it. But it's about £400 for the jacket. Now, it's a lithium ion battery, but it's pulling the jacket pulls so many pixies out of the jacket, it doesn't actually get up to temperature. Battery runs out, that gets up to temperature. I shit you not. I know someone has bought one. It charged the battery up overnight, plugged it in, the jacket was still tepid, and the battery was gone. The battery has run out. He needs 2 batteries to heat his jacket up, and then he says, as soon as you open it to pull your torch out your inside pocket, or pull your whatever out your inside pocket, whatever, as soon as the second you open the jacket, it's gone. And that's £400 because it's got heat sensors all over, like heat pads that heat up electronically. But the lithium ion battery is only a 10 volt battery, and it's not enough to heat the jacket, so it's complete another waste of time.
Have you seen the Zippo hand warmers as well?
Yes, I've seen them. Are they the ones with the fuel rods in them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them.
No, I think you fill it up and it carries on burning, and you just clamp it together, and you're supposed to keep your hands warm. They are absolute crap.
Oh, are they?
They carry on burning in your pocket, but if it's cold, you pick it out, and it's sort of like just above freezing.
They used to be really good, but they changed them. The law changed them. The stuff that's in it, so it couldn't be as combustible, and now they're crap.
Then what you do is you soak barley for a couple of hours so it expands, and then dry it back out so it's still expanded, and then put it to baby socks, fill them up with barley or rice, works with rice as well, sew them up, and then just microwave the bastards. They last for about 2 hours. Once they're hot, but the trouble is they get so bloody hot you can't even touch them, so you can't touch them for half an hour, and then they'll last for another hour and a half after that. But they work, and you ain't got to pay for them anything for them. Once you bought
Not many microwaves in the woods, though, is there?
Well,
yeah, it's all right if you're going for a walk. But.
Yeah, right.
What do you think of these hand warmers?
The crap.
Yeah.
Are they the ones you shake?
Just open the packet. These ones. They're 50p in Tesco's.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah.
If they're actually, do you know something? They're good to dry your boots if they are wet. Right at camp, get 2 of them, put them in the toes of your boots, and then fill the top of your boots up with a bit of paper, and the heat inside will dry your boots overnight.
Yeah, but I've never had any that's activated once. They're always cold.
Oh well, there you go. Then that's no good.
With my camera system in the woods, I can get condensation on the lens. So I heard on all the forums that you get a couple of them, put them in a sock and wrap them around your lens, and just cut the end of your sock off, and it keeps the lens from getting condensation when it gets cold.
Aye.
But they don't activate. I brought a 10-pack, not one activated or got warm.
I got you can buy the ones that you boil in a pot of water, and it's basically a chemical reaction that you can use, and it's just got a little disc inside, and I think they're about £1 online for 2. And they heat it. Yeah. You just snap the little disc in them, and then it's a chemical reaction. And then to recharge them, you just boil them in water, and then it resets the chemical in them.
Ah, yeah.
Are they like green and red and all like funky shapes? Like
Yeah. I got them in the shape of a mini hot water bottle. And hot water bottles. That's another underestimated piece of kit.
Yeah, you've
got to find you can pour water, can't you?
Alright, well that's it. Hot water bottles. I take one on every camp. Like it's brilliant.
No water source at my woods, so all the water I have to carry in. So
man, no, don't worry.
Here, I suppose, couldn't you?
You could just take like a bucket out there and leave it in the corner for it to fill up with rainwater. Then it's there every time you go.
True.
Yeah, because the water you use for your water bottle hasn't got to be sanitised, does it, really?
No, no. I put hot chocolate in my water bottle.
I know no, yeah. Someone I know put a cup of soup in it. And we
Aye, man.
breakfast for the morning. I was like, you're an animal. Cover PPE.
Porridge stays warm the longest, but it's the worst to get out the bottle.
Right.
I might do it. They've got some of them with cost cutters up the road from me, like that half water bowls.
They're brilliant, mate. I mean, I keep mine in my sleeping bag, and then when it gets too hot for my sleeping bag, I'll pull it out, wrap it in my Gore-Tex jacket, and use it as a pillow.
That'd be epic as it happens. I might get a couple of them, and then do one. Sort of when you all sat around a campfire having a light on a gift.
Even if you're sitting.
A couple of your sleeping bags an half hour before you're going to go down.
Aye. Well, I put mine in my underquilt this week, and it was brilliant. But even if you're sitting on a cold log, you can just fill your hot water bottle up and use it as like the seat pad.
Cool. Good idea.
Top tip.
Top tip.
Hey, there's been a lot of top tips tonight.
Yeah, right, John.
Right, so obviously that's what more than an hour now, but anybody got any suggestions for next week? Anybody in the side chat got suggestions?
Bushcraft bondage equipment for Bruce.
No, well, Trev's got that sorted because Trev's got his leather thongs, hasn't he?
Well, Bruce is into his level work a little bit too much recently. He's putting out some pretty impressive work there.
Yeah, alright.
You seen the cookery sheaf, have you?
Right, he's so fucking awesome, man. He's actually Hindu, like a Hindu god, Krishna.
You were?
What's the other one? It's not Krishna. The other one. It's like a Hindu god, like a four-armed.
Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva, yeah.
Shiva the Destroyer. That's why it's on there. I'll go and get it.
I actually prefer mitts to gloves at the moment because I'm finding it hard to get because I've got really long fingers, so it's quite hard to get decent gloves like.
I got some fishing ones that go from gloves to mittens. You just hook them over, but they're not especially clever.
I've seen them. I've just bought some Gore-Tex mitts, and they're absolutely brilliant. But they're over mitts, so I can just hoil them over my gloves there.
Yeah.
So I can buy some nice furry gloves, and then no one will see them. It'll just look like DPM camo.
There's the gloves that match the Gore-Tex mitts,
I've got a pair of them mitts with a trigger finger on them. Bruce has seen them, but I've never used them. He's showing up his level work, look. Now that is a beast.
I can't even see him on screen.
That is a beast. Better than that piece of tin that I smashed the fuck out of last time as well.
Stuff that I got off Bruce. Actually, speaking of while I was out, that's the size of the cramp ball that I found.
What's that?
That's the size of the cramp ball that I found. And the tree was covered in them, in that size.
What do you do? Do you have to process that before you use it? Because I've never used it.
No, just as long as it's dry.
Yeah, as long as they're dry, as long as they tap them, they sound hot.
You can process it in so much that you don't need to use the whole thing. So you can just cut yourself off a sliver, chuck a spark in it, and then, depending on how good you are at building a bird's nest, that's how much you need.
So is that one of those things that you could travel fire with?
No, that's horse's hoof.
Oh, right, you see.
No,
You can with a cramp ball. If you use a whole cramp ball, you just keep blowing it and walk from one side of a wood to another.
Hey, if you find them that size, you probably
But
could.
out of blow the bloody thing. Have you ever tried putting one out? They're a pain in the arse.
But the thing to watch with them though, if you do pick them, put them in a plastic bag. Don't put them in your coat pocket because you'll take them home, and then they'll store in your pocket, and you'll end up just with soot everywhere. This black horrible.
Are they poisonous or that?
No.
It's just horrible to clean up.
Yeah, it just makes so much mess. It's like someone's dumped soot in your pockets.
Is it sooty then?
It
Yeah,
just,
the
dust. It's horrible.
Yeah, the spores that come out of it, because it's a fungus, the spores that come out, it's just like soot.
It's got its science in it as well, so once you've taken it away from its source, from the mycelium.
Chunky Pepper says she's enjoyed listening tonight, very informative, but entertaining.
Who said that?
Chunky Pepper.
Yeah, right.
I loved it.
Good lad.
I noticed that Forrest was about earlier on. He was.
Yeah, he was bashing the Essex, wasn't he?
Yeah, that I ain't been around raging, so he can
Bloody
say
carrot cruncher, would you expect?
Paul, want to say goodbye? Then I'll end this, and then we can just carry on chatting on the.
Yeah, we can talk about all these idiots in the side chat.
Yeah.
See you later, guys.
See you later.
until next week, guys.
Yeah.
Hello.
Ta-da.